You just stay there. One more. One freaking more. Yes! Oh my goodness, finally! Oh. 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 Hey guys, LinkFrost here, and the Fujin is a directive reward done right. Yes! The moment I read the patch notes saying that a throwing knife would be awarded to those who completed the expert tier NSX directive, I said to myself I must have it. Getting the gold medals on the Naginata and the Tomoe was the easy part, but the Masamune and the Amaterasu, don't get me started. I hate using the Masamune rocket launcher as a primary weapon because rocket primarying makes me feel like an ass. In the Amaterasu, I'm forgetting its existence. That was the toughest part of the grind, no doubt. It's a knife that takes 3 swipes to kill. And although they recently buffed the damage so that it could be comboed with the crossbow to do a crossbow and a knife to get a kill, you'd be surprised as to how many people run nanowave armor, and that worked like 3 times out of 10. Also, the stupid projectile works 1 out of 25 times, and overall, the Amaterasu is not a pleasant experience. The reward though is worth it. The Fujin is such a fun toy to use, and it actually has potential, unlike the flare launchers. This reward is great and it makes me feel like I've actually earned something, but that doesn't mean I think it's perfect the way it is. It definitely needs some changes. So today I'd like to give you all my first impressions of the Fujin, show you its statistics, what it can do, and some ideas to improve it. Keep in mind this isn't an in-depth review, that's something for a different time. In order to unlock the Fujin, you need to gain gold medals on 4 NSX weapons, which is 160 kills per weapon. Currently there are 4 NSX weapons in the game: the Naginata LMG, the Tomoe Scout Rifle, the Masamune Rocket Launcher, and the Amaterasu Knife. The Naginata and the Tomoe should be pretty easy to earn gold medals on, but the Masamune and especially the Amaterasu aren't. If you aren't in a rush to unlocking this, then you can wait for future NSX weapons to come out. The remaining ones are rumored to be an SMG, a sniper rifle, a carbine, and an assault rifle, and I can't wait for these to come out as their concepts are pretty freaking interesting. Whichever one is the next one released, I recommend you get your gold medal on that instead of on the Amaterasu. The Masamune is tolerable, but you're gonna need a lot of patience to earn your medal on it. Just do your best to stay away from the knife. Once the Fujin is unlocked, you can equip it in your grenade slot. Pressing G will throw 1 knife, stopping on the first enemy hit and dealing 500 damage up to 20 meters and drops off to 250 damage at 50 meters. The knife is always thrown at the exact center of your screen. If you can't visualize where the center is, then use a third-party program to help with your accuracy. Speaking of accuracy, it's perfect regardless if you're airborne or not, so this is an excellent choice for light assaults. It seems to not have a heavy arc like throwing knives from other video games do, but it's worth mentioning that it travels perfectly straight all the way up to around 20 or 25 meters, and then begins to take on the effect of gravity. By default, you can only carry 1 knife, but it can be increased with grenade bandolier. Its muzzle velocity is only 70 meters per second and fires at 60 rounds per minute, or 1 knife per second. The throwing knife is best used as a finisher and best used within 20 meters to keep that max damage. If you're in a firefight with someone and you see their shields shatter, that is the indicator to throw a knife at them. The shattering shields mean that they have less than 500 health remaining, so a well-placed knife will take them down in style. There really isn't that much to say about this knife other than that it's just so fun to use and get kills with. I'm pretty happy that this was the reward given to me for completing such a daunting task. Despite it being enjoyable, I do have problems with it. First, the knife can headshot, but does not one-shot if it does. Why? It seems to have a 1.5 times headshot multiplier instead of a 2 times, which prevents it from being a one-shot kill to the head. This really disappointed me, especially since I believe skilled players should be rewarded for landing an accurate knife to the head. The main argument against this is that stalker infiltrators can one-shot people, which could be considered unbalanced, but these next set of points blow that claim out of the water. I was talking to Deedlefake the other day about the Fujin since he hasn't unlocked 2, and by the way you should check out his channel right here or in the description. We had a discussion on to how to make the knife better, and here's what he came up with. First, Knives cost too many resources, 50 nanites per knife, and you'll be surprised as to how quickly these knives chew through nanites. And he suggested the price per knife be cut in half to 25 nanites, and I think this is a great and reasonable change. The next problem is that you are given pretty much nothing if you don't have Grenade Bandolier equipped. One knife by default isn't enough, and this forces the player to sacrifice their current suit slot for Grenade Bandolier. You can carry a max of 4 knives with Grenade Bandolier, but that still doesn't seem like enough. So even if a Stalker Infiltrator can one-shot with the Fujin, they would only have the potential to kill up to 4 before they run out of knives, and that's provided that they have perfect accuracy. Not only that, the knives are pretty expensive to stock up on, and eventually that Infiltrator will run out of nanites. What Deedlefake proposed to fix this is to grant 2 knives by default and give 2 additional knives per rank of Grenade Bandolier. I think the 2 knives by default is the right way to go, but carrying up to 8 Fujins kinda seems like a bit too much to me. He also said that the max damage should be increased, and I think this is a necessary change to allow for a one-shot headshot within about 5 to 10 meters, lose that benefit beyond that, but you still keep a 2-shot kill range within 20 meters. For the final tweaks to the Fujin, I think it should have its throwing animation changed since it doesn't look very natural, as well as have the knife thrown instantly when the grenade key is pressed. The delay makes it pretty much useless for using as a primary weapon.
Wait, I just gotta throw my last what? Shit.
One thing I think that sucks is that you can't really look at the knife in-game, and instead you can only see what it looks like in the loadout screens. Although it doesn't look amazing, I think it would be cool to see it fly out of your hand. I think these changes are a great way to improve the Fujin and make it more accessible to other classes, since it pretty much only seems viable on light assaults and infiltrators. To any devs out there who may be watching this, I highly encourage you take some of these proposed ideas, if not all, into consideration. And that is it, my first impressions on the Fujin. It's a blast to use, but does need some changes. Currently, I don't recommend that you grind out this directive, since the Amaterasu and the Masamune are pretty frustrating to use. If you want to wait the least amount of time, then start getting your gold medal on the Masamune, and prepare your wallet for the next NSX weapon. Remember, avoid the Amaterasu at all costs. Daybreak, I'm really liking the direction of the Nanite Systems export series, and I can't wait for the rest of them to come out. Hopefully the Master Tier Directive reward is something mind-blowing, and I hope the uniqueness of the NSX weapons will be applied to new faction-specific weapons in the future. One thing's for sure though, I'm not Araxiuming the Masamune or the Amaterasu, regardless of how cool the Master Tier reward is. I'm gonna wait for the remaining NSX weapons to come out to complete that directive instead of torture myself with those 2 weapons. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, then please feel free to leave a like on the video, and don't forget to check out Deedlefake's channel. He's a great TR player. And what do you think about the Fujin and the proposed ideas to make it better? Do you like him or do you hate him? Do you have any ideas of your own? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll do my best to reply to all of them. I'll even pin some of the great ideas on the comments page. Stay frosty, subscribe, happy holidays, and I'll see you all next time. Oh my god, I thought... Your guy said you betcha, and I thought he was saying you bitch to the monitor.
You bitch!
To the monitor guy. Ah! Someone shot me! I don't know who, but I got shot.
I think it was a TR sniper, maybe?
He's just like, what the hell is this? No, it's a TR sniper! No, he got them. Oh, you killed him, you jerk.
I wanted to kill him and then I didn't want to get sniped.